Hey everyone, this is Dusk, AestheticGamer, and today we're playing Resident Evil 0. We're playing it through emulation, through the original Gamecube disc, out of the opening play that is about to play in just a moment. What just happened? We're gonna have to do one more scratch it out and restart. Let me close that for a moment and the current emulation. The best thing to do whenever it does, you guys will just see a black screen, or not a black screen, I guess it's frozen on the Resident Evil 0 logo for you guys. That sometimes happens if you restart too often, and I already knew about that. So 1 second, it'll be, now it should be a black screen. Launch that to here, on, off, good, set, and we'll reset one more time to be official. Hey everyone, this is Dusk, AestheticGamer, and this is Resident Evil 0, currently being played through Dolphin Emulator through the original Gamecube disc. At the moment, I'm going to let the opening play. I'll talk a little bit more about this in just a second. Resident Evil 0, this is not a blind Let's Play. I need to clarify this right from the get-go. I've actually played Resident Evil 0 once all the way through, and I've played the fucking train section I don't even know how many times at this point. Because for some reason, I always start off and I get through the train section and I just never continue. Which is weird, because honestly, the train section isn't like my favorite part of the game or anything. It's just, yai. This will also be my first time playing the game, not on easy difficulty, because Resident Evil 0 was actually one of the first horror games I played. I didn't get into the genre until late because I used to be too scared to play them. Not to mention, my parents were the type that were pretty strict about me playing rated M games, which is fine by my standards, but anyways. However, though, I got into them when I was 15, and going from there, Resident Evil 0 I played shortly after I played Resident Evil Remake and Resident Evil 4, because I had gotten to the genre through Resident Evil 4 and wanted to check out more entries, and obviously Resident Evil Remake and 4 were available easily on the GameCube at the time. As such, I played through it. I played it through easy difficulty. I liked it, though. This game actually has a reputation amongst Resident Evil fans between being sort of, not a black sheep, but being a very controversial, opinionated game with fans. Some people think it's a disappointing entry in the series. Some people think it's one of the best entries in the series. It really comes down to personal opinion, and I'll explain more about this as it goes into it. I don't really want to spoil too much, but this is such a weird entry because on one hand, it plays exactly how you'd expect a Resident Evil game to play. And it definitely is a Resident Evil game, but at the exact same time, they do a lot of different things that feel not quite Resident Evil-y. It's kind of hard to explain without going deeper into this. We'll just talk about as the game continues. This is also being done through live stream, and I'm planning to be a little bit social today, so new game. Alright, normal.
Resident Evil 0.
A Midwestern town in America, Raccoon City. A solitary island far off in the sea, Rockfort Island. An island that would become the second Raccoon City, Sheena Island. There are still many unanswered questions about these seemingly unrelated yet intensely traumatic events. Though it is believed that the international enterprise umbrella was somehow involved, little is known as to the origin of this faceless corporation. When was it established? By whom? And how was the T-virus created? To uncover the truth, we must delve deeper into the events which transpired in the beginning, before the mansion incident.
Leave it up to me.
Really?
Do you think so too?
Yeah.
Do about it.
Should hold off for a while.
But I wonder how those R&D people would react to this.
Began as a simple investigation of some bizarre murders in the suburbs of Raccoon City. Nothing in our training could ever have prepared us for the nightmare that ensued. We never stood a chance.
What's going on? Engine failure. Emergency landing.
Check the current position and investigate the surrounding area.
Captain, look! Captain!
What happened?
Court order for transportation. Prisoner Billy Cohen, ex-lieutenant, 26 years old. Court-martialed and sentenced to death July 22nd. Prisoners to be transferred to the Regathon base for execution.
Those poor soldiers. They were good men just doing their jobs, and that scum murdered them and escaped.
All right, everyone, let's separate and survey the area. Our friend is brutal and ruthless. Keep your guard up.
A train?
Is, hey, I was just appreciating the graphics, you know? Anyways, though, this was made as a deal between 3 different games that are supposed to be exclusive to Nintendo consoles. Remake of Resident Evil 1, Resident Evil 0, and Resident Evil 4. Remake and 0 are obviously still exclusive to Nintendo consoles, but 4 has been ported to everything under the sun, so... Anyways, let's get straight into this. It's locked. Even though you came out this train car door, you think the green light would mean that's open or whatever. You haven't finished searching the train yet. Ha, just excuses. There's plenty of suspicious things to look at. Also, it's gorgeous, and even though this game... How old is this game now? I think it released in 2003? Well, this game's over 10 years old, and you have to admit, it still doesn't look that bad. I mean, it's showing its age a little bit here, definitely, but the pre-rendered graphics and the good character models definitely help it. The door to the dining car is locked. You can't get in. Can't get in or won't get in. Still, though, things to investigate. Luggage lies strewn about the cabin. The seats are stained red with blood. That's typically most people's signs to leave, but hey, we're looking for a murderer, Billy Cohen, apparently. Ah, same sort of deal. The only way to go forward is ironically forward.
This is Officer Chambers from STARS Bravo team. Please identify yourself. Is someone there?
The government has announced that it has set out to help our farmers. But as of 2 years ago, when several funds were set up, the local government stepped in and took over.
It's a very quick introduction to zombies. Usually Resident Evil takes its time to build these things up. Alright! We're about to waste all the ammo already. Someone's not dead. It's that guy. I don't think we have a knife. Let me check. Nope, no knife. Oh, I will combine this with that at the moment. Peekaboo.
What just happened? I thought they were dead.
Something which I need to remember about this game is a lot of really quick cutscenes. I recall that too. When was the last time I played Zero? I played like 3 hours of it 2 years ago, but the time I played Resident Evil Zero all the way through was like 2008, I think? So at least 6 years ago. Surprisingly, I remember this game pretty well though. Okay, so I need to get one dorky story out of the way, first of all. You guys ready for an incredibly dorky story before we break really deep into this? I'd rather say it now as opposed to later when there's not much going on in the game. Dorky story time. So, originally, when I played this game, I, at the time, had an ex-girlfriend, ex now, obviously, who was really into Resident Evil, and we played this game by switching the controller back and forth between Billy and Rebecca. And that was how I first experienced the game. I still have that recorded on the VHS tape with no audio. That was my first experience with the game, so this will be my first time I was playing it alone, so that should be fun. Let's poke around here for a bit. It's locked. Interesting. Still a lot of bodies all about, though. Wondering. Passenger luggage is scattered all over the place. You don't say. Actually, I think you can go up to the train car section over here for the moment, though they want you to go forward, so... Need to remember this is here. Through the window, you see a broken ladder. It's of no use right now. Right now, that's the key words. Yep, Rebecca's more of a healer character than a fighter, despite the fact that she's the main character of this game along with Billy. I'm just enjoying the walking animations here. Look at those high-res stairs. The text is how it is in the original game. In fact, if I'll be completely honest, I'm surprised it looks as crisp as it does. I'm actually upscaling the game right now, so I was thinking it'd look kind of blocky, but yeah. Take the green herb. However, though, according to my memory, the font always looked like that, so... kind of weird for a horror game, but it is what it is. Also, this is totally not suspicious over here. It's some kind of egg. A puddle of slime has formed around it. You know, if the blood and the zombies and everything else wasn't a bad symbol so far, the egg, puddle, slime, giant masses of everywhere would probably be the straw which you say to yourself, maybe being on this train isn't a very good idea, but hey, we're going on anyway. I love how animated they look. Just look at how gorgeous that's animated just for this same time. Obviously, nothing bad's going to kind of occur from this, though, so... I'm just going to leave this as we be. Straight back the way that we came. Can we actually read this? It's a diagram of the train's layout. The label reads, Passage to First Class Cabin. Alright, yeah, that's good. You know what this game kind of makes me think of with its graphic style? It kind of makes me think of one of those old adventure games. Not because it's cluttered looking, it kind of looks a little bit more cluttered to me than most Resident Evil games. Like, imagine if Rebecca wasn't here, like if she was not standing right here right now. Wouldn't that look like an area where you can just point over the screen? There's already another zombie. Zombie? I just missed a bullet. Don't grab me. Good. I'm gonna step back for a second. I really don't want to waste all my bullets yet. Are they dead? In these old Resident Evil games, they have the restroke, essentially the ability to grab onto and auto-aim onto enemies. That was included actually in all versions of Resident Evil, outside of some of the older ones because they thought that it made the games too easy for North American audiences, back when there was a reputation that North American gamers were hardcore 90s kids. Alright, let's go check this out anyway. I am going to warn, me being me, I'm going to be taking my time and exploring everything in this game, even if I have experienced it all before. But hey, how could you not when it looks this gorgeous? I poke around anyway. The rain outside is quickly turning into a downpour. You don't say. Alright, let's put that away. If I recall correctly, this door is locked. Oh, actually it's open. Surprised me. I thought the second door was going to be the save room. But what do I know, I guess. Oh wait, this isn't the save room. What is this then? I forget. There doesn't seem to be anything of use. And over here... Ah, it's just a little bedroom. Same ammo to keep us warm at night. This poor guy must have been attacked in his sleep. His body is covered in slime. There's also a note here. Put on my reading voice. Passenger's diary. July 14th. Orders came from the boss today. Looks like we're in charge of investigating the remains of the Arkley Mountains laboratory. We're moving in 2 groups, with us in the initial group assigned to start checking what's left of the abandoned experiment. July 16th. Unfortunately, the test production of BOW, Type 139, had to be suspended because of this investigation. It's the same as Type Y139. There's still so much we don't know about response to the crustacean T-virus. There's a lot of interesting research left. Depending on the species and nurturing conditions, only minute doses of T bring about remarkable changes in solidity, size, multiplication of internal toxins, and brain development. If these effects can be controlled, a powerful weapon could be produced. But the sudden development of the shell results in a corresponding fragility. Certain areas become exceedingly weak. Problematically, one of these areas is the head carapace, or carapax, I guess. Big words, for me at least. This lab we are going to, were they pursuing the same research? It would certainly help to find data and samples that would help us in our research. June 19th. Didn't we just go from July to June, or did I just read that wrong? No, we really did go from June 9th. Maybe this is a year later? The day is finally approaching. I am growing more anxious. The Raccoon City newspapers and TV stations are full of reports about the bizarre murders in the suburbs. It can't be the virus, can it? If it is... No, I can't think of that now. I have to concentrate on this investigation, and make sure it goes smoothly. What was that, like a year, or did he travel back in time? I don't fucking know. Yeah, we're good. Losing my voice because I got caught in it. I have water right here just in case, though. Now, you think that Rebecca's not a dumb person. According to her profile, she's supposed to be a very educated student. She graduated, I think, top of her class, and she's a good officer. She's the youngest member of STAR, so she has the least experience, but she's still a good officer. She should be a perfectly intelligent young lady. And yet, she can't put together that the slime of who's been attacked here in bed might be related to all those slimy eggs that are upstairs on the car door, and you should probably get the fuck out of here because everyone seems to be dead. Or maybe she's just courageous. Courageously stupid. Peekaboo, out for all of you. Alright. Still more exciting adventures obviously ahead. I'm gonna walk slowly because that adds to the mood, which I am detracting from. That would make too much sense, probably, actually. It's a horror game. I should have come to realize at this point that doubting horror characters' intentions is one of the few things you should not do, because they will very rarely make sense. this door here. It's locked and can't be opened. The door reads, Conductor's Office. There's a few... Okay, so this is obviously a prologue to Resident Evil, and it's definitely canon. But to be honest, there's a few things that don't make sense about Resident Evil 0 if you compare it to Resident Evil 1, because Rebecca's also in Resident Evil 1, and then she never appeared ever again. Until spin-offs like Resident Evil 5 Mercenaries mode. But I'm going to talk more about that later, because that goes into spoilers, but it's like, why is she so inexperienced with fighting monsters in Resident Evil 1? In fact, there's one scene in Resident Evil 1 where she gets cornered by a hunter. But why is she freaking out in Resident Evil 1 of being cornered by a hunter when in fact she fights several hunters in this game? Well, whatever the case. There's a card reader here. It looks like the door will open if you have the right card. You don't say. Meanwhile, we have Shiny McKee here, so... Wait. There's something I'm missing. I am not going to pick this up yet. He's holding something. Never mind. I won't take it yet. There's something which I just realized I somehow missed. Probably because I got distracted. Let's go check back here. I never checked out this door. I would have known I would have checked out this door because I would have heard one of my favorite save themes in the series. Kick in. Resident Evil save themes are all good, but I have a strange fondness to this one. There doesn't seem to be anything of use. Over here we have our favorite ink ribbons. I'll pick them up for the now, but I'm not going to save yet. Way too early. Green herb, though. I'll take the green herb. And another file. Investigation orders. Stained with blood. Some sections are illegible. However, though, if all sections are illegible, that means I'm going to try my best to read it as it is. 8 miles north of Raccoon City in the Arklay Mountains lies our company's management training facility. It was shut down years ago. Now, we are conducting a primarily study into the reopening of the facilities. First investigation unit is already on site and opening the investigation. I want your team to provide support. The following orders are for William Birkin, that's obviously... William Barkin, I guess that might be. Did they really make that typo there? William Bark. And first cells gather unit. The rest is torn and unreadable. To investigation orders. There is a typewriter. Record. No, way too early. Also, the shadows look very nice. I forgot how nice the shadows looked in this particular game. Even if it doesn't make much sense how the shadows went from the bed to the door in just a second's time, whatever. Alright, now then, with our precious save room theme heard, let's go and, not save, but pick up the key from the dead guy, which obviously couldn't lead to anything bad whatsoever. I will take it.
Billy. Lieutenant Cohen.
So, you seem to know me. Been fantasizing about me, have you?
You're the prisoner that was being transferred for execution. You were with those soldiers outside.
Oh, I see. You're with stars. Well, no offense, honey, but your kind doesn't seem to want me around, so I'm afraid our little chat time is over.
Wait! You're under arrest.
No thanks, Dollface. I've already worn handcuffs.
I could shoot, you know. Edward! Are you all right? What happened?
It's worse than... We can't. You must be careful, Rebecca. The forest is full of zombies and monsters.
Zombies and monsters?
Bad time to reload, but okay, he just does a fucking ninja kick off you. I'm gonna step back for a second still, because he's still alive. He has a lot of health. On easy difficulty, they must have just made him a lot easier. Really? Oh well, he's dead. Is his mouth wide open? I mean, look at his mouth. He's like, oh my god. I'm sorry. Actually, let me be cheap for a second. Go into here and combine this with that. I'm carrying a lot of items. I'll drop my ink ribbons off someplace in just a little bit. Oh, there's 2 dogs here. How'd that happen? I guess there were 2. Now, so which I was also going to add, they took a lot more health. And I'd like to imagine that this dude, he just, like, came bursting out of the window to try and capture Billy with his last breath. Because he just burst through the window as soon as Billy passes by. Edward, we were so happy just a few hours ago. He's holding something. We'll take his last bit of handgun ammo before we go on. So happy, though. I mean, I'm not gonna judge here, but he seemed pretty serious in every cutscene we saw him in. Those poor soldiers. Anyways, though, we should be good besides that. Onward and outward. Life goes on. Anyways, actually, you know what? I'm gonna drop something here. This game has a mechanic that's different to every other Resident Evil game. I'm going to explain it right now, obviously, for you guys. In most Resident Evil games, you can't drop off items unless you go to an item box. And well, at least the old Resident Evil games. And the new Resident Evil games, you have your inventory and yada yada. And you can't pick up an item until you go back to an item box. There's several item boxes, but your items are shared no matter where you go. Resident Evil 0 is a bit different. There are no item boxes in the game. However, though, it does have its own new mechanic, where you can just leave items wherever the fuck you want and make a mess everywhere. As you can see, I've just left an ink ribbon right there. And that ink ribbon is going to stay there until I come back and pick it up. Yep, it's an interesting new mechanic, and it was only done in Resident Evil 0, for whatever reason. Actually, one more thing to get my development talk done with, so we can just kick right back into the game. A fun fact about Resident Evil 0 is that it actually started development on the Nintendo 64 console. However, though, because it was being developed towards the end of the life cycle, they moved it up to Gamecube, and that's why it looks as fancy as it does today. But there are a few videos and things you can find online of the original Nintendo 64 version of 0. Anyways, back out we go. That's about all I have to say on comments for the game itself. All the zombies should be dead because we took care of them earlier. Yeah, we're lucky. Or unlucky because our ammo's lower. But hey, no zombies. That's a plus, right? However, though, all these dead bodies aren't just going to be dead by themselves. They're eventually going to come back to life. In the meantime, a pleasant stroll. La-di-da-di-da.
This is Rebecca. Over. Enrico! Hello! Can you read me? Please respond.
Rebecca, I can hear you. Now listen up. We've obtained detailed information on the fugitive from a document found in the wrecked wagon. Billy Cohen killed as many as 23 people. Over.
23 people.
We have also confirmed that he was institutionalized, so keep your guard up. Can you hear me, Rebecca? Over. Stay alert, Rebecca. He wouldn't think twice before killing you.
Enrico! Captain! Hello? Hello!
And already, we have Enrico conveniently calling us via radio to tell us all we need to know about Billy's a murderer. Billy's a bad guy. Bad guy Billy. But, of course, he doesn't mention anything about the various zombies and monsters. He just had to deliver us that message about Billy. You know, the zombies and monsters, they might kill us, but Billy's killed 23 people. Bad guy Billy. Rebecca sounds about her age, all things in my consideration, given that Rebecca's had a lot of different voice actors. I like her voice here more than her voice in Umbrella Chronicles and Resident Evil 5, where they went from a more human-sounding voice to "I'm Rebecca," like that, basically. Anyways, back over through here. Obviously, the key we picked us for over here. And zombies. You know what? I'm just going to avoid you right now. Key used. Use the train key. The most inventive name for a key on the train ever. You don't seem to need this anymore. Well, what a great time to be considering if you need this key or not when the zombie's prowling up behind you. Throw it away? Well, on one hand, you say we never need it again, but on the other hand, it could be a good memorial stake. I mean, a key doesn't take up any more space than the bazooka, so what do I know? Yeah, let's throw it away. Through the door.
It's gonna be dangerous from here on in. Why don't we cooperate?
Cooperate with you?
Listen, little girl, if you haven't noticed, there's some pretty freaked out things on this train. And I, for one, want to get out of here. I don't think we stand a chance doing it alone.
You expect me to trust you, a wanted felon? I don't need your help. I can handle this on my own. And don't call me little girl.
All right, Miss Do-It-Yourself. What should I call you?
The name is Rebecca Chambers, but that's Officer Chambers to you.
Well then, Rebecca, why don't you go and try while I wait here? Well then, Rebecca, why don't you go and try while I wait here?
Of course my microphone was off. I love it when I do that. I was just reading the file. You know what? I'll read it one more time for you guys. Just for you guys. Because one more time, you gotta celebrate all day, all night. Don't stop the dancing. I think notice supervisors. There it is. Notice to supervisors. When closing the dining car, supervisors are asked to switch off the automatic doors after ensuring all staff have vacated off the car. The main automatic door power switch is located on the roof of the fifth car. Inspections will take place when the train is garaged. After inspections are complete, use the ladder at the rear of the second floor of the dining car. Umbrella Corp Maintenance Department, because obviously they had to sign themselves off as Umbrella, because, you know, now gotta make sure we know about the Umbrella connection. Anyways, off from that. I'm also gonna say this. One weakness of Resident Evil 0, in my opinion, is that I think it's one of the least scary Resident Evil games. There's a few scares here and there, but it doesn't have as many of the other entries in the series. However, this fucking door right here, it's not going to do it now, but this door probably scared me more than anything else in the fucking game. You'll probably see why a bit later. Anyways, up the stairs, where obviously nothing bad can happen because Billy's just blocking our way backwards. Smoke and fire. Just checking around the bends. It's locked from the other side. You don't say. Also, this is where my memory of the easy mode is coming to interrupt me in playing on normal difficulty, because I always remember there being a handgun bullet thing right here, but I guess that might just only be easy mode. Forward march!
Excuse me, sir. Sir.
Scarier things in the game. Leechman. Nope.
Are you okay? Who is that guy?
What's going on? Who's controlling the train?
Go and check out the first engine car. Listen, we gotta cooperate with each other from now on. You got that?
Well, I don't...
Clue in, girl. Or maybe you like being worm bait.
All right. But you just remember, I will shoot you if you try anything funny.
Fine. Now take these with you. If you find anything, give me a call, all right?
You guys were asking if he was singing? Yes, that was Billy singing. No, I know what you guys mean. The guy over outside, yeah, that was him singing. He does opera singing for whatever reason. Maybe he just enjoys himself. Shrug. Player manual 2, character switching. I know how to switch characters in this game, at least I think I do. So anyways, they're teaching me how to do character stuff in the game. It all looks very complicated, but I've played this game before. I think I can have a handle on this. Now basically here's the idea. Through the whole entire game we're going to be playing as Rebecca and Billy. You can actually control the character you're not playing as through the C button like I'm doing right now. So you can actually control both characters at the same time if you for some reason want to. So obviously I use to simulate doll situations to be all creepy like. Okay, it's really hard with tank controls. The other thing which you can do is, I think is this button? Yep, with this button you can change control of who your main character is. Now I'm controlling Billy. Now I'm controlling Rebecca. Billy, Rebecca, just for the fun of it. Okay, I'm Billy, Rebecca. And you can switch any time, even if they're separated. The only times you can't switch is if the characters are in some form of danger. Like if they're getting grabbed by a zombie or something. Outside of that, there's also settings you can set for the characters. I'll show you what those are. Oh no, I didn't want to switch characters. Basically, over here you can see, I can see the settings for Billy. I can see things over here for him like, let's see if I can get over there actually. Partner. I can set him to go into attack mode or idle mode. To go solo, to act independently without me, or team, which means they'll be following me around. Or I could also use this to change, and I can also exchange items if I really wanted to. However, though, I can also switch over as them on the actual item menu and switch their AI differently. Okay, so Billy's got 15 bullets. Well, Billy, what nice bullets you have. I've got 56 though, so we're probably good. I'm buying those herbs right now. Billy, I'm sorry to tell you this, but a knife is fucking useless. We're leaving it. The knives are really useless in the old Resident Evil games. Anyways, that's that. Let me get out of this menu. I think there's some shinies around here I can go picking up as well, so I'm going to take the moment to try and figure out what those shinies are. So get ready for double character duo action. A half-eaten meal sits on the table. Well, the person here obviously didn't finish it. Why not let good food get to waste? Alright, let's check about still. We're fine, we're good, we're dandy. Also, yes, a few things to say about the last cutscene. Billy's no reason dive was definitely extravagant. The other thing which I can say is the reason I ran away from the enemy is because you can shoot the enemy, and after a certain amount of damage, it'll trigger the same cutscene. But there's no reason to waste my ammo on the enemy, because if you just run backwards, the same cutscene triggers, so whatever. Actually, can I do anything with the meal over here? A half-eaten meal. Well, Rebecca, Billy, hungry? Okay. Surprisingly, you'd think you'd go backwards at this point in the game. What you're actually supposed to do is climb up here. There's a ladder here. It seems to lead us up to the roof. Climb up the ladder? Obviously. However, though, I'm going to first do something for you guys. I just want to ask out of curiosity, who do you guys like as a character more right now? Rebecca or Billy? It's an honest, just earnest little question. In the meantime of asking that, let's climb the ladder. Meanwhile, it's very loud and busy up on this train. Let's go, Billy. You know, this is completely dangerous and something that you should totally never attempt to do in real life, but hey! Why the hell not? Let's move on top of a raining, storming, speeding up train. Sounds fun. Exhilarating, maybe even. Alright. Gonna move ahead anyways, though. Billy, come over here. Billy's coming. So there's two things that catch interest here. Game logic, I know. There's actually a reason I asked the question of who you guys prefer right now. You guys seem to prefer Billy. So I'm going to go off and do what I do best. Because here's the thing, I'll let this happen. Let me go up to this. The power cable has been disconnected. Reconnect the cable? Yes. The reason I asked the question is whoever you have interact with that's going to be trapped in a room for a while. They won't be able to leave this for like a good while here, so... There's something stuck in the keyhole. It's preventing the doorknob from turning. You could probably get it out if you had something sharp. Yep, so Rebecca is essentially going to be on her lonesome for a bit here, and if you had Billy interact with it, Billy would be trapped in here. That's how it works. I'll take the handgun ammo. What else can I take? There's actually a key item in here, though, the train key, and now I'll take it. Now, here's what we're supposed to do. You may see this item here. The service lift is stopped at the first floor. Call the service lift? Yes. Place an item here? Yes. I'm going to place the train key here. Send the item off to Mr. Billy. Press the button? Yes. Essentially, Rebecca can deliver items to or Billy, if he was stuck in here, to whoever is over there. I'm also going to pick up this medical herb. Alright. In the meantime, after Rex, let me investigate one more thing before I switch back off. Anything to say about your surroundings? The roof is caved in and now lies in pieces on the floor. It looks like it was destroyed by a powerful force from the outside. It was destroyed by God. Alright, now back to Billy, who's just kind of chilling out on top of the train. See what he has to say about the medical, or not medical, electrical thingamajigger. You can't reach it from up here. Alright, Billy, we're going solo for a while. Cowabunga, Billy, dude. I need to just make my way back out. They're surprisingly cautious and a little bit hard to control over here, but that's okay. Yeah, I think it'd be kind of hard to move on top of a moving train like this. And back down. Climb down the ladder. You bet. Alright, so now that we've separated from our fantastic teammate separation already, let's go explore the rest of the train. Is there a shiny over there? No, it's probably just my imagination. A half-eaten meal. You don't say. Also, oh, actually, though, that was the handcuff, not the handcuffs, the knife that Billy left. I was actually going to make the comment that Billy still has his handcuffs on, because I guess he just likes Memorial like that. He could probably easily smash them off at this point, but whatever. Now, let's go over here and do what we must. That fucking door. Yeah, like, is that water or cooking oil spilling over the side? Whatever the case, that's a lot of it. The counter is laden with various types of food. There doesn't seem to be anything of use. You're saying that food isn't useful, Billy? People will die if they don't eat. People are dying when they are killed, even. There's an access panel here. You need some kind of tool to open it. Which means we need to get hard at work, obviously. Let's pull blood in the fridge here. It's an industrial-sized refrigerator. Fancy. Now, the thing that... Actually, can I look at this first? The shelf is full of cooking utensils. There doesn't seem to be anything of use. Interesting to note. Now, the train department here that the key got dropped off of is right here. There's an item here. I'll take it. Take the train key? You bet. Alright. I can also send items. What do I have, even? Next to nothing. Sounds cool. Let's do it. I want to save ammo for later. So I'm going to let Rebecca style up on her own ammo right now. If I need any healing items, though, I can just head back here. Because Rebecca... Oh, wait, no, I need to switch back over to Billy. There we go. Now, the train, I forget exactly where it goes to. I don't think it's here. Nah, not here. Okay, to train adventures. Of course, this being a train full of dead people, there can't be a bajillion new dead people raised from the grave now. Maybe I should go get ammo from her, but nah, we'll be fine.